Hi viewers, welcome back to our channel Make Math Easy. So in the last class already we discussed how to use the different methods for finding the solution for the linear equations, pair of linear equations, and we also discussed which method is more useful in the three-dimensional geometry in your higher classes. So we learned three different methods: substitution method, elimination method, and the cross multiplication method, right? So there is another method also called as a reducible reduction form that we will see little later. So as of now, from now we will see one method in each class, so that what are the different complex based questions will be available in the substitution method also we will see now. Similarly for the elimination method and as well as the next method, that is cross multiplication method. So let's get started for today. We will start with the simple questions that how we can solve using the substitution method. Later we will just slowly increase the complexity of the questions. Okay, so let's get started. See the first one. Solve the pair of linear equations by substitution method. So the point you have to notice here, they specifically mentioned that you have to make use of the substitution method. So in exam, if they didn't specify like this, you can use any method whatever you want, that won't be any problem. So see the question what they had given. 2x minus 3y plus 15 is equal to 0 is the first equation, and next one is 3x minus 5 is equal to 0. So now the question comes here is, do we have to get the value of x or y from the first equation or from the second equation? So my suggestion is, whatever equation you feel like it's looking easy and simple, better start with that equation, reduce from that. Get the values of x or y from the simple equation that you are having in both of those, and then substitute in the second equation. That will be the easiest way for us. So here if you observe, I am having two variables, but here I am having single variable only. So compared to the first equation, second one will be little bit easy for me. So I will go for from this 3x is equal to 5, x is equal to 5 by 3 I am getting. So we are doing substitution method. So substitute this x equal to 5 by 3 in the first equation. That will give you 2 into 5 by 3 minus 3y plus 15 equal to 0. So this is 10 by 3 plus 15. I am sending this minus 3y to other side, it will become plus 3y. So take the LCM as a 3 here, and this is 10, and then this is 45. It is 3y because 3 15s are 45. So finally we are getting 55 by 9 is equal to y. So therefore the value of x is 5 by 3, value of y is 55 by 9. So even from this, if you get a value of x and if you substitute here, you will be getting the same answer only. But what will happen, when you try to get the value of x from this, you will have 3y minus 15 by 2. So when you substitute this, the number of terms in the substitution part is increasing, right? Because of which it may look little bit complicated, but it is actually not complicated. You can even get the answer by doing that also. But my suggestion here is, whenever you are having this type of terms and all, try to, when it is a substitution based method, try to make use of the simple equation between those two and use it for the getting the values of x or y, depends on the question, and substitute in the other part. That will be the easy method, because later on we may see little bit complicated questions also. Even in that, if you go in a random fashion, what will happen is, it will be difficult for you to arrive at the answer. For that sake only, first try to identify simple one between those two. For example, if both the equations are having both x and y variables, anyway in that case we don't have any further choice. We just have to go for whatever from whatever equation you want, you can take and substitute in the next equation, right? Now let us see some more basic models, and then slowly we will increase the complexity of the questions. Now see this. For example, if I have 2x plus 3y is equal to 8, 4x plus 6y is equal to 12. 2x plus 3y is equal to 8, 4x plus 6y is equal to 12. So we have to find the values of x and y using the substitution method. Now see, in this case you don't have any another choice. Both the equations are having values of x and y, so you can take anything. But here also still we can make a choice by choosing the first one, because it is having somehow less numbers, smaller numbers compared to the second equation. So from this I can get value of y or x, anything you can take. I am taking y per se. Y is equal to 8 minus 2x by 3. So I am going to substitute this in the next equation. So 4x plus 6 times of 8 minus 2x by 3 is equal to 12. Right? You substitute in the place of y. So simplified further, this is 2. So you are having 4x plus 16 minus 4x is equal to 12. So now what is happening here? Anyone? Yes, it is correct. What you thought is really correct. If you do the further simplification, these two 16 is equal to 12 you are getting. Is it a true statement? This is a false, right? So that means there is no solution for these two equations. How we are concluding? So actually you no need to do this much method also. If you just observe the coefficients alone, you have a 2x here, 2x quotient, 3y quotient, 4x quotient, 6y quotient. If you just take the ratio of the quotient that we discussed in the very starting, you will be getting a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is not equal to c1 by c2. So what is this set of lines called as? These are called as parallel lines, which means they are inconsistent, indicating that they won't have any solution at all, right? Because parallel lines won't intersect, so there won't be any common point between them. So here whenever you are getting 16 equal to 12 like this, and you should not get tensed after seeing that result. Instead you should make sure that why it is getting in this way. Had we did any calculation mistake previously or not? This is how you have to cross check your work, by just going little back 2, 3, 4 steps. Okay, so you just have to write here no solution, because this is an invalid statement, because of which no solution will be existing for these two equations. If this is the objective question, we won't do this much also. You just cross check the values of the coefficients ratio. That itself is giving me information that the lines are parallel, indicating that inconsistent pair of linear equations, which means they won't have any solution at all, right? Now let us see one more question. You have a line 2x minus y is equal to minus 10, minus 6x plus 3y is equal to 30, right? So you just observe here, and just see the question once again. 2x minus y is equal to minus 10, 6x plus 3y is equal to 30. Now see, if you just observe this part, okay, first let us see using the substitution method, then we will understand something else. So from this I will go ahead with this 2x plus 10 is equal to y, substitute that here, minus 6x plus 3 into 2x plus 10 is equal to 30. So this is minus 6x plus 6x plus 30 is equal to 30. You are getting 30 equal to 30. So what is happening here? Previously we are getting 16 equal to 12, which is a false statement, and now we are getting 30 equal to 30, which is a true statement. So what we can conclude from this? So the given it is indicating that the given linear equations or the pair of linear equations will have infinite number of solutions, or will be true for any value of x and y, which means that for any value of x and y which is satisfying this equation, the same x and y values will satisfy for the second equation also. Try to understand the reason behind we are getting in this type of results. Observe the coefficients here. a1 is 2, b1 is minus 1, c1 is minus 10, minus 2, 3, 30, right? So if I take a1 by a2, that is 2 by minus 6, b1 by b2 minus 1 by 3, C1 by C2 minus 10 by 30. So have you found the similarity between them? So this is minus 1 by 3, minus 1 by 3, minus 1 by 3. So what does this represent? You are having two pair of straight lines with the relation A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2 equal to C1 by C2. So what does it represent? This is representing the lines are coincidental, indicating that you will be having infinite number of solutions for this. Have you understood? So this is important. That's why I said we are going to discuss individual methods separately, because you should not get tensed after getting this type of results and variables are getting cancelled out. You should be able to come to a conclusion why it is happening in this way, and whatever relation between the numbers that you are getting, is it true or not, accordingly you have to come to a conclusion. If you are getting it's a true statement, indicating that you will be having coincidental, the lines will be coincidental lines and it will have an infinite number of solutions. Similarly, in the previous case we have, which is a false statement. That means there is no scope for the lines to intersect, indicating that the lines are parallel and there is no common solution for that. Okay. Let us see some more questions now. Let us see a little bit complicated one now. Just with the numbers you can be able to find, identify or simplify it very easily only, you don't have any problem. See, the only difficulty that students will face is when you are having lot of constants involved. I mean, instead of numbers, if you have alphabets, then only students will get confused. A plus B. Second is AX plus BY is equal to 2AB, AX minus BY. See, you have to find again in the system of, for the pair of linear equations, you have to find the solution. Now see, by observing these two, for sure you can say that second equation is comparatively simple than the first one, right? Why? Because here you are having fractions, here you are not having fractions, so comparatively this is simple for us. So let us simplify this. AX is equal to BY plus 2AB and X is equal to BY plus 2AB by A. This is the value of X we are getting. So that you have to substitute in this equation to get the value of Y. Okay. So let us simplify that now by substituting. So this is A by B. X is nothing but BY plus 2AB by A minus BY by A is equal to A plus B. Okay. So if you just observe here, from this numerator I can take B as a common. So A by B into B I had taken as a common and B by A. You will left out with Y plus 2A. Because I had taken B out now, so from 2AB, 2A will be left out. And then minus BY by A is equal to A plus B. So you can cancel out AA, BB. So you will be getting Y plus 2A minus BY by A is equal to A plus B. Okay. So you need the value of Y, right? So keeping Y terms alone on one side and remaining are sent to the other side. Y minus BY by A is equal to A plus B minus 2A. Be careful when you are doing the calculation part. So I can take Y as a common here and I will be getting 1 minus B by A is equal to A minus 2A is minus A and then plus B. Okay. So simplified further by taking LCM and all. Y into A minus B by A is equal to minus A plus B. Okay. So this is Y into A minus B by A is equal to, I can take a minus common and I will have minus of A minus B. What made me to think of taking minus as a common? Because in the numerator here terms are AB only, but only sign difference is there. That's made me to think like, if I take minus common, what will happen? So I can cancel out these two. I am getting Y by A is equal to minus 1 and Y is equal to minus A. So next thing is you have to find out the value of X here by substituting Y value here. So let us do that. Y value we are getting minus A. So it is minus AB plus 2AB by A. So X is equal to AB divided by A. You are getting X is equal to, so you are getting X is equal to B and Y is equal to minus A. That is your required solution of these two equations. You can cross check it by substituting these two values here or any one of the equations, whether are we getting the equation satisfied or not. That is the important point. Okay, so whenever you are having this many alphabets are involved, you don't need to be tensed and make it like, is it complicated or what and all. You just have to fix for the opinions that we already had taken before. Like if this is the question, how we are going to proceed. If it is a substitution method, how we are doing. So you should be careful in solving, thinking in that way. That will help you to get the answers easily, right? Let us see one more last question now. See this one. A square x minus b square y is equal to a square minus 2b square. Second equation is b square x plus a square y is equal to b square plus 2a square. Okay. So you just observe here, in both the cases you are having almost same only. There is nothing much difference under. So you can take any equation according to your wish. I will go ahead with this because I am having negative sign. If I send this to other side, I will get somehow positive. For that sake only I am going for this. You can take anything, no problem. A square minus 2b square plus b square y divided by a square. Okay. So let us try to substitute the value of x here, so that, and let us see what we are going to get. So let keep it as it is and let us try to substitute in this equation. B square into a square minus 2b square plus b square y by a square plus a square y is equal to b square plus 2a square we are getting. Okay. So let us try to simplify this by taking inside and splitting it, and let us see what we are going to get. So this is b square a square by a square minus 2b power 4 by a square plus b power 4 y by a square plus a square y is equal to b square plus 2a square. Okay. So here you can cancel out a square and a square, so you will get b square minus 2b power 4 by a square plus b power 4 y by a square plus a square y is equal to b square plus 2a square. So you can just observe here, we can cancel out this b square and b square because both are on both the sides and having the same sign. So that will be cancelled out. So I will be sending this minus 2b power 4 by a square to the other side, and from these two I will take y as a common. Then b power 4 by a square plus a square is equal to 2a square plus 2b power 4 by a square. Okay. So you can take LCM here, y into b power 4 plus a power 4 by a square is equal to, I can take 2 as a common, LCM will be a square, and this is a power 4 plus b power 4. So you just observe here, when I just look for the cancellations here, b power 4 plus a power 4, b power 4 plus a power 4, a square, a square. So that means everything is getting cancelled out. I am getting y is equal to 2. So when I get the value of y is equal to 2, next our task is to substitute here to get the value of x. So let us see now what we are going to get. X is equal to a square minus 2b square plus 2b square divided by a square, because y has to be replaced with 2. So plus 2b square minus 2b square will get cancelled. You are getting x is equal to a square by a square, that is equal to 1. See, though the question looks this much complicated, still we are able to get answer in a very simple way. The only reason is we just follow the procedure. So the important point that you have to notice here is, please be restrict to the procedures that we are learned. That is the important thing. When we don't focus on the procedures and if we won't follow those approaches what we practiced, it won't help you to get the answer, and instead it may make it very complicated. See here, the reason for taking the first equation to take the value of x means simple thing, so that I will get somehow positive. If I do this one, I am introducing a negative number. I thought it will be little bit complicated, but still there won't be much of complications under. Anyway, calculation part almost remains same in both the cases, right? So this is generally in the substitution method. The complex questions will be based on the a, b terms or the constants that are not numbers. Generally with the alphabets they will give you, right? So hope you like this video. If you like means please try to subscribe to our channel. It will be very useful for you. Thank you for watching.